Hey, thank you. It's 2 p.m. We used to start at like 11 p.m. or midnight. Here we are, you know? You get a nap around 4 or 5, and then have dinner and stuff. But Chris was so nice to have us out. He's played here at this place. Thankfully, we're at this stage and at that little stage over there, because we had so many fans that we knew we were going to have. We have not played together since 2003. So, unfortunately, we don't have Joe Chuda, who's our other MC, and Raunchy P. Raunchy P. No Raunchy P. What's up, Raunchy P? Where you at? Raunchy P. She's not even listening. She's talking. So Chris, go on. Take it over.
Thank you, everyone, for coming out. Check 1, 2. Sound okay? Check enough. So I've been doing this. This is our 15th or 16th episode of Back and Forth. I bring in a musician and I go back and forth with them. I do a song, they do a song. It's usually all originals. So far, it's been all originals. It'll be original lyrics today. I want to introduce Poets of the Breed, Casey King, Kevlar, which is Kevin Carr, Matosphere, which is also Kevin Matos, and from my band, Arokys, I got Tom Orcutt on drums to help me keep the beat. Thank you, Tom. Very last minute on him, so I'm sure he'll do a great job. And we're going to get started by telling stories and maybe talk about our songs. So I'm going to have them start first.
Yep.
Should be interesting. I hope you enjoy it.
Yeah, so you have 4 out of the 6 poets up here today. So Joe Chuda, MC Interrupt, he lives in Colorado now, so he couldn't make it, unfortunately. And also...
He did almost skip his kid's graduation party to be here.
Yeah, it was close. Convinced him not to, for his own sake. And then Raunchy P, Pat, also was our drummer back in the day. He couldn't make it, but maybe next time. So, poets, we started probably around 95-ish and went to about 2003 or 4. And we haven't played since then, so we've got a few songs for you tonight, but we wanted to sort of go back and talk a little bit about how this even came to be, because I don't even know if people realize the story of when we played, because during that time we had a lot of great shows. Like we played with a lot of national acts, and we played in Northeast Ohio to huge crowds. A lot of people from surrounding areas, Talmadge, Barberton, Cleveland, everything like that. So it was a lot of fun. But it goes back even a little bit further than that. So I'll let Case talk about that a little bit.
So Kevin and I, well, 4 out of the 6 of us were East High grads, Akron East High grads, and so Kevin and I knew each other in high school, and big hip hop fans growing up, just immersed in it. I think we were lucky enough to be at that ripe age when hip hop broke through in the early to mid '80s and just latched on, and we never let go. And so we would write rhymes in high school, and then we ended up hooking up with a couple of another group that was from various high schools around town called the Boondock Boys, and we hung out with them. And I was also an airbrush. I use the term artist lightly, but I used to airbrush all the gear for this group. And we hung around with them all the time. We were kind of inspired by them, I think, and so.
Is that okay?
We're good?
Is he on now?
Talking.
Yeah,
Can you hear now?
If I start over,
Take it from the top.
Yeah, volume.
Check.
Thank you. I don't know if you work here, but you should.
I do too much.
Check 1, 2.
Because the pace.
So recapping, we went to high school together. We wrote rhymes. We wanted to be something. We just enjoyed the music. We wanted to be part of it. And we hung around with another group, and they were way more organized than us. They actually performed, and they had a DJ, and they did all these cool things. And we were hanging around. And and we were trying to give ourselves a name. And this is before the band, way before the band. And I think Kevin came up with a name, and we're not allowed to say it. What's the
Two of those motherfuckers.
Yeah. So
Didn't hang.
no. But interestingly enough, one of the guys in that group, in the Boondock Boys, he said, the Boondock Boys were all black. Obviously, Kevin and I were not, and they were like, "You guys should be called poets of another breed, like another breed meaning white," which we were, right? So we were like, "Hey, man, that sounds really cool," and we ran with it very informally through the balance of high school.
1990. I was 19. Believe it or not. I was in a speech class, and I had done some rhymes in high school. But that speech class, I don't know if that exists anymore, but the topic was a persuasion speech, and it was just persuade someone to. So I was like, man, it's 1990, and hip hop was coming up, and I was like, Beastie Boys, Tribe Called Quest, NWA, all that stuff was influenced. I'm like, I'm gonna try to persuade people to like rap. This guy's like taking over my mind.
It's just not coming out of here again.
Sorry, let's get it fixed.
I'm telling stories.
Let's get it fixed before we pop
I don't know how you got hooked up in your mechanics.
Yo, my mic sounds good. So I wrote a persuasion speech on people to like hip hop, and at the end I brought a boombox up. It was a CD, it wasn't a tape, and I queued it up to a digital underground.
We let the cat out of the bag.
Queued it up to the song, and there was like a 90-second instrumental, and it was a capper to my speech or my persuasion. So.
Let's try it out.
Yeah, so it was like, I ended that. Oh, it's nice. So I ended that little speech that I had, and I was like, let me play this. And I hit play. 1:15, and I'm rapping my speech. I got all kinds of people that I'm trying to reach. You see, rapping's got a style that's so unique. Gotta be so funky, you got to move your feet. With the rapper in the front and the DJ in the back, we got our own language, and you say that it's whack in the least tones. So yo, step off, either kick into a rhyme or yo, get lost. So peace, that's the end of my speech. Have a nice day, class. Later, teach. Hey, by the way, I was 19. So, but I thought my teacher was like 50. She's probably 25, and she was like this. I got an A.
Hey, tell them the rest of the story. You got a little confidence?
Oh yeah, so the next time I went to that class, I asked the girl out, which I never ask girls out ever. And she was like, no. Is this something that you don't like rap? Okay.
So this is where we go back and forth, and I'll do a song now. It's from the Arokys band, and I've been writing originals for a while, since Poets is no longer. So playing bass with the Poets was always a lot of fun, and it was really easy for me, so I loved it. I'd just go up on stage and play the bass. I didn't have to worry about lyrics, all the BS. But
By the way, for a short amount of time, Chris was the only person that ever got paid in the band.
Yeah.
I don't know how he worked that out, but you might still be getting paid.
Yeah. You should check that.
I think there's royalties still coming in soon. So I wrote this song. It's called Kickstands. It was kind of cool. It's kind of about recovering from drug addiction and stuff like that, and trying to recoup yourself. But I came up with an idea because some of the words in Kickstands is kind of about childhood and dislocating my thumb. So I came up with the idea of using a little ringer during the song. And what's really cool about it is it happens to be in the key of G, and the ringer just happened to be in the key of G, so it's
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Surprise element.
Chris, that's some Carrot Top shit.
By the way, 85% of our prep is laughing and 15% is actually like prep.
Okay, so you ready for us? Back to us?
Yeah.
All right, so our first song here from the Poets' first album. This was a song that I don't think we ever played a show that we did not play this song. And a lot of times this song started off our set. Because if you didn't know what we were all about, this definitely set the tone for the Poets and kind of like how our show was going to go the rest of the night. So, but I believe, Chris, you probably came up with this bass line first, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
As soon as I hear that, I'm like,
Right.
So I was just kind of goofing around on the bass. I'm playing guitar right now, but in the band I was playing a bass. And I think it was Pat. It's like, wait, play that again. And then I played it, and then Pat put this killer rock beat to it, and these guys started flowing over it. It was really fun because it just came out of nowhere. Like
yeah.
usual.
I think every set started with Fluid, and we were just like trying to set the tone, to get it going. So
I think we were trying to capture, like, even though we were a hip hop group, we were trying to capture that, like, we were a little different in that what we liked to listen to wasn't just hip hop. Like, we were diverse listeners, and so we wanted to capture that same energy that we would see at a Rage show, or we'd see at a Korn show, or we'd see something like that. Right? We wanted to get like So our whole MO in the show was to come out really quick, finish really strong. We never played all that long, maybe 90 minutes, and really the goal was to leave everybody standing there going, damn, when did these guys play again? Before they left, before we were gone. Like, we wanted to leave first, right?
Yeah.
So this one is called Fluid, and Fluid is pretty much just talking about, there's no real topic to this song, it's just, we used to talk about flowing like fluid, like flowing rhymes and things like that, so that's kind of how this song was built.
Yes. What?
Alright, Kev.
Twist your attention to the tune. The typical shot can never gain, cause of what I got, especially when my thoughts bloom. I never hear about the follow gravity that I get to the root, while the industry prefers to shine. See what you see, I speak. B to the O, it is for what you long. My style is so unique, so don't tell me how it's vibe. Most of your one, unless a gun rests comfortably up on your side. I think twice about your lyrics on wax. My alter ego has more talent than vice. Trace my hood trash. Thinker of a disaster. My style's not the plan. The original catalyst, I got drills like Hitchcock and flicks like Virginia. My theme, I put you in check it. You can only wish your opponent, so I find you for the stars. Then again, I'm reaching much higher. Check the scores. Then I
Fit my title. Content
vital.
continuous play, hear what I say. Never enter 58 and get the out my way. It's going down.
That bullshit gather around.
It's been a long,
Fucking guy.
it's been a long time. I'm gonna do.
Interrupt's not here. He's in Denver. Kevlar's got his back.
I do my best.
Kick it, Kev.
Bring your mental weapons and don't be half-stabbed. Niggas flexing won't give me no protection. If that's what you're expecting, we need a revolution to lock the competition. So here's our mission, here's my directive. Explode on stage and get up in their face. I saw them making like Scotty and beaming up the plate. Then I take it to the doors point blank. Don't fake the moves, with the moves I gotta take. All these whack rhyme jacks by thunder, storm, no fear in their ear. And now they're hearing the harm, but there's no harmony in these words that I speak. I'm scaling to the top of this rock. I'm busting hip hop, pushing. Front is on repeat. If they try to pull a sneak attack, I'm a pack. Surprise, I'm intact. You stack, but you lack an impact. It's survival of the fattest. This all is your assault. It's your fault. You lost your status. Check your condition. Confusion, obscurity, insecurity. Now you're screaming for purity, but you watered it down. I said Kool-Aid got more flavor than that stuff you found out. Your beats like a drowned out. I'm about to turn the club and the town out. Represent the rhythm on the script when I hit 'em. Hit 'em, hit 'em. I'm about to hit 'em with the fluid. Hit 'em, hit 'em. I'm about to hit 'em with the fluid. Hit 'em, hit 'em. I'm about to hit 'em with the fluid. Hit 'em, hit 'em. I'm about to hit 'em with that fluid. Hit 'em, hit 'em. I'm about to hit 'em with that fluid. Hit 'em, hit 'em. I'm about to hit 'em with that fluid. Hit 'em, hit 'em. I'm about to hit 'em with that fluid. Hit 'em, hit 'em. I'm about to hit 'em with that fluid.
Early feedback out.
Yes, blaming the mic stand.
Blame the mic stand.
Sorry about that.
All right, so that was Fluid. A little bit of technical difficulty, but that's okay.
Maybe we'll do a remix at the end.
So I've been doing this song for a while now. It was written in 2018, so it's almost 7 years old. It's a kind of a political song about, you know, rebelling and making sound when you need to be heard. It's kind of a slower song, but bear with us. It's a game you can't play, 'cause you don't know the rules. And you won't know the truth, 'cause they won't show the proof. We are sound. It's the tools you don't use that makes you a fool. faces. It's a town full of cruel. So thick, but politically unfit. As you find your own mix, it's hate that makes you sick. So loud, we are sound. Choose your sound, don't be bound by a crowd or a crowd. Where you've been, they'll just spin. Be prepared, nothing's fair. We are sound. Hold the truth, make your move for the youth. Oh, keep the truth, don't be fooled by the rules. They don't even use. So loud, so loud. We are sound. We are sound. Hear the ground. Hear the ground. We are sound. Thanks, we are sound. Thank you.
Next song from PAB.
Yeah, so this song was, This song was not ever released. It was recorded in Pat's studio basement in like 2012, right? So we started to get back together whenever we could. We're like, we should try to write some more songs. So I had some beats that I was making. I took them to Pat's house, and we got together. Whoever was available. I think Joe was already in Colorado at that time.
Yeah, and we were about to move to Atlanta, my family.
Yeah. Kev was about to move, so we got together. We're like, let's just see what happens, what we can come up with. So we wrote a few songs. That we recorded but never released anywhere. They weren't really finished either, but this one was a fun one.
Yeah.
That came out of those sessions.
We had songs called Poop and Thriftin' before, is it Macklemore? Yeah, before that. Yeah, that stuff coming out. But People Watching was just based on basically sitting around in like Vegas or Nashville or wherever, usually on a warm day with a drink and just watching people make stupid things happen. I just did this last week for my aunts. And
you have a preview of People Watching?
yeah, I did People Watching. But I didn't do the second verse, which includes the word titties. So if anybody's not comfortable with that, then it should be.
And we also pointed out last night, like some of the best People Watching ever was like right down the street, rocking on the river when we were growing up. Like, it didn't get any better than that.
All right, let's roll.
It's the greatest show on earth, and so watch it is free. And I'm not talking about no shows that you see on TV. Just take a good look around. Next time you're in the crowd, the circus will book these clowns if they came into town. You would not even believe what the teeth will do for some detention. Let me mention an example or two. Last week I saw a girl with a skirt so high I had to cover my boy's eyes, and just now, and I cannot stop staring. Not cause she fly, but cause she having tough times just to cover the thighs. And I was thinking, doesn't she have a mirror at home that she can take a quick look before she walked out the door? But then again, I have respect, cause she don't care. She confident and strong and stuff, and everybody just there. Everybody take a seat for the start of the show. Gotta pay close attention cause everyone knows when it comes to people watching it, anything
out right now.
Yeah. Look at those people in the back. That's good people watching.
Yeah. Look at that girl in that shirt there.
City to city, so many stories I told. I seen some itty bitty titties on a 20-year-old, and she was walking with her dad. Wait, hold up, no, he just kissed her with his tongue, and the theory was blown. That's up, I seen a grandpa, and he had some tats all over his body, and on his neck he had his grandson, and he was telling them how different current times are. Thought it was funny because I know he had his pants on. People walking, people talking out in public every day. Man, I love it, just watching so many freaks in so many ways. Call me crazy, I don't care, cause I can't look away. Give me sunshine and a drink, I might sit here all day. Everybody take a seat for the start of the show. You gotta pay close attention cause everyone knows when it comes to people watching, man, anything goes. Around the drink and kick back and let the good times roll. Yeah, yeah. Where you at?
These people right here. Yeah, look at these people right here.
Hey man, the other day I saw a guy walking on my street. He was walking to the bird.
I see some PAB shirts out there. Represent.
Nice. Yeah. How's that song not on? That song should be everywhere.
It's a banger.
I think my phone was busy when they wrote that. I didn't even hear it until 2 weeks ago. Remember Busy Signals?
If you listen to the studio version, it didn't sound anything like that.
Yeah.
We just kind of threw that together to do the show and have fun.
Yeah, usually we count on Chris to bring any kind of musicality to the poet stuff. Besides just looping.
We kind of threw that one together pretty quick.
Yeah.
He was the first person to say syncopation at a practice.
So I'm gonna do another one. It's called Yet, and I was in the studio recording a song, and I just was feeling around. I came up with this guitar part, and kind of stuck with me. Started writing words around it, but it's pretty much about not giving up on me, as far as, or not giving up on people. But at some point, sometimes you have to give up on them.
Why'd you look at me when you said that?
Not giving up on you yet.
I give up on this mic stand.
My superpower is I'm an ordinary lad. Trying to sing So you can tell some more stories.
Yeah, we're gonna tell a lot of stories around this one. So I think it was. There's got to be some people that maybe know the name of our first album.
Cream corn.
Cream Corn. All right, there we go. So before Cream Corn was. Before Cream Corn, there was a little EP. Rhyme Residence, that's right, Rhyme Residence. So Rhyme Residence had like 4 songs on it, right? That was our first foray into an actual studio, going to a studio on, was it North Union Street? We recorded that cassette. Everyone knows what cassettes are, right? Okay, these young guys in the front. So we did cassettes. So before we did our next album, actually, the Poets sort of disbanded, right? This was like 96, something like that. Kev gets a job in Florida, right? And moves away. And we're like, what? We have this hit cassette.
Hit cassette.
And then, so he moves away. So we're like, what are we gonna do? Let's piece some musicians together, whoever we can find. And so we started doing that, and we met some other guys, and we started practicing this place in Kent. There's this house in Kent. I think it's Panini's now. I don't think the house is there anymore. So myself, Joe, Pat went over to this house with these other guys, and I had these big turntables that I had set up. So it was a lot of work to get them down into the basement and set up and get ready to go. This really horrible basement. Maybe 15 minutes in, I was like, nope, this sucks. I'm out of here. I didn't dig it. The vibe was off. I just started packing up my stuff. I didn't say anything. Like, they're in the middle of the song. I'm just like, click, click, click. Taking the stuff back upstairs, and I think Joe was like, where are you going? And he soon followed me out of there, and we were just like done, we quit. I don't know what the time period was after that, but then Kevin's like, I'm moving back. 6 months, you're in Florida? So he's like, I'm moving back. And we're like, okay, we gotta do this thing, man. We gotta get this going again. And so we did it, and you were already involved.
No, I was not involved yet.
You weren't. You were at Ohio State.
Yeah, I graduated from Ohio State about the same time Kevin came back.
So Casey came back. He's like, yo, I'll do stuff. Right? And so Casey was getting on keyboards.
Full disclosure, all I did was drink beer like the first 8 practices. And then our drummer, Pat, had like extra percussion stuff lying around. And I was like, well, I may as well make myself useful. And then next thing you know, I was on stage at Annabelle's one day.
Yeah.
So that was my intro.
Shakers, clinky things.
Yeah. Whatever.
Whatever it was that we needed.
As long as it didn't take a whole lot of talent.
So Kevin came back, and we also had Chris come into the band, because early on we had some iterations of folks, right? We had different bass players, guitar players, and Pat was driving out to I don't know how many miles away, like hour and a half, 2 hours, just to pick up these guys to come practice with us, and it was just ridiculous. So Chris came along too, so when we all got back together, the first song we wrote, because we were so excited to be back together, and also angry at that other band that didn't work out, first song was Wicked Adrenaline.
Yes!
Angry songs, though.
So Wicked Adrenaline was a song that we ended every set with. Whenever we played a show, if Wicked Adrenaline came on, you knew that was going to be the last song of the set for the night, because what Wicked Adrenaline did was it got everybody super hyped, pumped, excited, and rowdy, quite frankly. In the song, in the middle, Joe or the other MC would make sure that we'd get real low with the music, right? Pat would be real light on the drums. Chris would turn down the bass a little bit, and Joe would make the crowd kneel down on the ground, right? So we had a release party at the Odeon in Cleveland, Cream Corn, 1,000-some people, and he had the whole place on the floor. And as it starts to build up, and we break into it, it's like a sea of people just jumping. We remember, right? And that the way we end that set was just like super high energy, and then like Kevin was saying earlier, like we leave people going, what just happened, and when can we come see them again? Because that was pretty cool. That was incredible. So I forgot to mention, like when Joe and I quit that band, they became this band. Pat was just a drummer. He just loved drumming. So he's like, okay, well I guess I'll still drum with these guys. We're like, okay. And they became a band called Van Dyke Brown. And you know, I'm sure they were great guys.
Which is one of the colors that Bob Ross used.
Bob Ross used Van Dyke Brown, yes.
Not cool.
Kev's still mad at them.
You can't make a happy tree without Van Dyke Brown.
So it's Van Dyke Brown. So if you know some lyrics to Wicked Adrenaline, you know that there's several references to the color Van Dyke Brown. It's because of this band and the angst that we had when we got back together and needed to write a song that was really high energy and hyper.
Well, I mean, it was unique, right? Because I was in the band, but only had lyrics on very few tracks, and this is the only one that really became a staple within the set list. So somehow I got lucky, and I got to be the last verse in every show that I ever played after the song was written. And I think one of the coolest experiences I ever had was playing at the Odeon. Kevin mentioned we got a chance to play to crowds of greater than 1,000. Oh.
Drop the mic. Mic drop.
No, we're good.
Sorry.
We got to play in front of 1,000 plus a handful of times. And when you're playing a decent sized venue that's got good lights set up and all that, you can only see, when the lights are on, you can only see about 6 or 8 rows deep, right? You can't see the people in the mid or back of the show. And for me, a guy who only had a verse on a couple of songs, to end a show where all I can see is 8 rows of people who know every word and are with me the whole time, was probably like the coolest experience of my whole life. Like from just a pure experience standpoint, like you can't recreate that. And of course I like our kids. Yes! Of course I like I said experience.
We got some people that used to, some girls used to bring up their shirts too, that we now know uncomfortably. They're like, oh yeah, I used to watch you. I used to do this. What?
Are you married?
Are you married? Yeah, you could marry me. But man, we only played 5 songs, I think, at that OER show at the Aurora. And when curtains closed, we all looked at each other and were like, dude, we're in. That's it. We're getting signed. We're gonna get signed. We're not signed yet, right?
No. I think we played to 3 people the week after.
Anyway, all right, Wicked Adrenaline.
This is a truncated version, right? So we're gonna do Kev's verse and Keith.
Oh yeah.
We don't have Joe here. I'm not gonna do Joe's justice, so let's rock.
Wait, can we just do real quick check? Do we have any kids here?
No.
Kids?
Any kids below 18 here?
Do we have to edit this?
All right, where you're
Okay, we have to
You're
edit.
fucked.
Nah, he's alright. That's my kid. He's fine.
So we're good?
We're good. Casey's whole rhyme is F words. Think about that.
It's a very aggressive song. No moshing. There's too many rocking chairs to mosh in here. I don't know if they did that on purpose because we're so much older.
Yeah. All right. Now taking it to the top, ain't no room to stop. Little big man, I got big plans. I'm hip, now I'm strictly hot. Kicking that wicked adrenaline. Whipping the shit again and again. My shit
shitting, but
Since I use my pen, yo,
what the fuck is up? As a captain, speak my mind, then I move on to greener pastures, faster,
Swifter.
In other words, I'm quicker, more like a phrase, cause I'm writing lyrics quicker.
Chords on the table, it's on you. What you gonna do? Started off my mission with 2.
And now I got my whole crew. Started off with
As Hibernians with me slapping hoedowns with the rednecks and Elman, Roman and Ozzy.
shot my fingers like I was Fonzie for gigs at Annabelle. But it's almost seen. So the time you think you can handle, bring the raw truth that your life is in shambles.
Rambling,
Gambling,
Bass guitar.
handling. So ask yourself when you're really up for battling.
in all fairness, we made him do that first
Yeah, we
verse
talked about
last
that
night.
last night.
So,
Speaking. So, yo, I never had the fame and I never had the riches. I never had the gold and I never had the girls' wishes. Overshadowed by the fan that I had plans for my pants.
So what
Get the
now?
fuck up my path. Inspired to the point where I be sharpening my skills. Ripping up the mic, but I'm leaving all the real. For you, I don't need that. Just give me a baseball cap and point me to the stage. I got plenty of rhymes to gauge. I'm from the east side, attended east side. I'm streetwise and I'm liberal, so I give you 3 tries to see why my shit is down. What? My shit gets down, don't even step. I got more pep. Even Brown is giving bounds to the new sound. So think around, I came to get down. What's the much just in case I hit rough ground? Go out of my way to put the likes of you in their place, cause the adrenaline's wicked. Are you coming, Case?
Yo, here I come again.
Yo, where the hell you been?
Yo, here I come again.
Yo, where the hell you been?
With your heights Akron, that's where the hell I've been. Yo, Kevin, plug it in.
Wicked adrenaline.
Now let me take a stand. Like the fucking man, you pull a gat, I take it out your fucking hand. You know it's well deserved. Adrenaline shakes my nerves. A toxic flow to the mental, now my mind's reserved. Borderline insane when that shit is in my veins. Cocaine is a state of mind I can't explain. When I grab the quill, dip it in the inkwell. The intellect that murders as my brain spills. The wounds will develop like I got shot, bleeding from the heart. Like Mark shot, show the knowledge of our being known to many. Take it for granted, brother, I got plenty. Smoke like a 45. That's the discharge like a mental steroid. To keep your tip large, kick my style for a while. When I'm maxing, get the hell up, no relaxing with the wax. It's just the sound I found in the underground. With a cab, yellow and Bob, never talking around. Yeah,
wicked adrenaline.
it's wicked. It's wicked.
Wicked adrenaline.
It's wicked. It's wicked.
Wicked adrenaline.
It's wicked. It's wicked.
Wicked adrenaline.
It's wicked.
It's wicked.
It's wicked.
Wicked adrenaline.
It's wicked. It's wicked.
Wicked adrenaline.
It's wicked. It's wicked.
Wicked adrenaline.
It's wicked.
It's wicked.
It's wicked.
Wicked adrenaline.
Matosphere's looking at me like, why did you make me do the first verse?
Wow, that's really hard to play on guitar instead of bass. Hope it was okay. This next one is called Stick to the Story. So it's about this group of guys. Let's just pretend it's us here. And something bad happens, someone dies. And someone's gonna go to jail for it. I think it's Kevin. And so we decide to cover it up, and we have to make up a story, and then we'll stick to the same story. So there's no story in this song, but it's called Stick to the Story. Stick to the story. Here we go. Stick to the story. They won't know. We can tell them the truth, but they will never go. Justice can be broken, I have no doubt. was taken, and we had to leave soon. Just leave. Keep it from the news. We don't want dark fate. The media tried to give any shame. Most of it's true. Stick to the story. Most of it's true. It's not true. Stick to the story. Just believe it. Stick to the story. Stick to the story. You're good. It's a low.
Yes.
Thank you, Karen.
Hey, by the way, thanks for coming out. We appreciate it.
Yes, thank you
That's
so
the last
much.
song, right?
That's the last song.
Hey, and Chris originally asked me to do this. I was like, no fucking way. Because we were in the other room, and then Angie came up to me and she was like, no fucking way. And I'm like, oh, okay. But then we got here and we got Tom, and so it's great to be here. So thank you for coming.
Thank you. I appreciate it.